There you go.
Alright guys, so what I got here is some deer jerky, and got it out of the package and all washed up and washed all the blood out of it. I'm going to take it and put it over here and put the marinade sauce on it and let it sit for a few days. So we'll go ahead and grab some marinade sauce. Alright guys, so my main seasoning or my main marinade is going to be steak sauce and soy sauce. Basically the same but tastes a little different, so I wanted the best of both worlds, so we're going to use both of them. I'm just going to set the camera down right here as I pour the soy sauce on. I'm going to go ahead and use all this soy right here. Spread the meat around in it. Johnny, will you run in there and grab me that towel I just threw in there? My hands are bloody again. Not yet. Ugh. If I could get the lid off the stale sauce. Now you just pour the Dale sauce on there. Go ahead and use the rest of the Dales too. Very salty. Very salty. Yeah, it's bloody. Alright. So now I'm going to add the rest of this Worcestershire sauce to give it a little bit of a tang. Kind of. Go ahead and unscrew it and just drizzle the rest of it on here. And now I got this hot sauce, Louisiana hot sauce. I'm just gonna pour this stuff all on it. I was going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce, but I decided not to. So the next two things I'm going to use are going to be garlic salt, and where's my steak seasoning? It's not back there. I really should have found it beforehand, but life goes on. That ain't it. That ain't it. Really? Where's my steak seasoning? There it is. I put the rest of that sea salt on there, but it's already going to be salty enough. Now, just going to grind the steak sauce up. The steak seasoning up on it. Get a bunch up on there. Put some garlic salt on there. Alright, now that is all grinded up. And everything's put on there, and you can see what I'm using the marinade in is a marinade tub. Nice, seals nice and good to keep flavor in and to keep air out to keep the meat good. And it's got these bumps in the bottom, so when the meat sits on it, it sits nice. It doesn't have to sit flat. Lets the marinade run up under the meat. So I'm just gonna put it in the meat and give it a good shake. And probably after I shake it up, grind a little more steak seasoning on it. But that is it. And the next thing to let it do, I'm going to let it sit for about 5 days to a week, and then put it in the Alright guys, so it's been marinating for about 5 days now, and you can see this is what's left of me marinating it in. And you can see, remember how it started out in like big round patty almost looking things? Got it cut up into a bunch of little cubes. Here's how I cut it up. You can see how this meat right here, it's very red compared to this meat over here. That's because that's part of the meat that wasn't in the meat. In the marinade stuff. which you really gotta make sure you mix that marinade deep in there so it gets to everything. So that won't be as flavored as that, but it'll still be okay. It's still got marinade in it, but we're gonna put in the dehydrator over here, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about that. All right, guys. So I line the bottom of my dehydrator up in tin foil, so drippage and stuff that falls out is easily cleanable. Just pull tin foil out. Got it all lined up here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add the extra little spice, some black pepper, and I'm just gonna sprinkle across it right here over the trash can, and just to give it a little bit of spice. And when I cook it, I'm going to be cooking it. You can see for meat and jerky, it says that's Celsius. It doesn't give you the time, but it's 145 to 155 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I'm going to do it at 135 because I'm going to start it at about 6 o'clock, and I won't be up until 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be in there for a little over, 12 hours, maybe 13, 14 hours at the most. So let it cook a little lower so it doesn't over dry it, but let you guys know how it is when I'm done. And guys, this is going to be your final product. This is the deer jerky. All nice and dried out. It's a little tough, a little chewy, but it is extremely good. And I'm doing this also because there was one thing I forgot to mention when I was cooking it, and I can't believe I forgot to mention it because it is a very important step. You need to, at least for the first, I'd say 3 hours, turn your dehydrator all the way up, about 160, 155, because FDA says, and this is FDA approved, that it takes 160 degrees to kill bacteria off of meat. It's not the time, it's not how long you have the meat cooking, it's the temperature you cook it at. So I did about 3-4 hours of 160 degrees Fahrenheit to kill the bacteria off the meat. Then I turned it down to about 135 so it could sit all night. But anyways, this has been how to make some deer jerky. Peace. Hey Chuck. What, Earl? Have you followed Jason on Twitter yet? No? You should. His link's in the description.